Oh, okay. What did he do back there with the create function of the polygon thingy? That's what you might think to yourself. If not, you should. All right. Let's get something on here. Let's get a box. Well, all right. And this is my editable poly. And let's say I'm gonna extrude something. Oh, let's see here though. All right. And I have a loop here maybe. Okay. All right. So let's see. If I delete this face and this face, whoop, I have a big hole in my model. Because these faces were somehow not usable. What I want to do now is close the other ones, right? So I could bridge them, yeah, but in some cases that's like you said, like you seen back there in the tiny bits. Sometimes it's not possible. Then you go for this one. You go create, and then it depends in the order in which you click the vertices is very important. You want to make it clockwise, always clockwise, so the face that's created faces you. So I'm creating, basically, I'm clicking 3 times on each face clockwise, and then I'm right clicking and I'm creating a face. And this face faces outwards now. Can I somehow see the normals? Yeah, somehow I can see the normals. I do not know how right now. So fuck. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Okay, again. When I do it counterclockwise, let's see, I do it this time around. Counterclockwise, the face will face in the other direction and will create a visible hole in your model, basically, because the face is flipped, right? The face always has one direction, has one normal. It faces upwards if you need it to be. If it's glass, it's a different story, but in some cases you need it to face inwards. But in this case, obviously you want it to face outwards. So let's get rid of this again. Let's do it clockwise. Also, what we can do is we can make quads with it. So if you know you have a quad, then it works, then you can make a quad with it. And it's as simple as that. You just click the vertices at the end. You see the crosshair is changing, but because you could just create a vertex here and here and make something like this abomination. But we actually just want to close the door here. Okay, so we see that the icon is changing, and then we can click and right click closed. So that's what I did with the create function. Let's get rid of that. Okay, we are here. Let's do another cylinder. And this is our actual model. Do we make it 6? We should make it 6, should we? Let's make it 8. And this was 3, 8, 1. 1, 8. Let's see. Let's zero this out. See what we get. Oh, it looks fine to me. Yeah, would fit. Alright. And now let's do the same thing. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. And now when we go left, we can line up the loops pretty decently. Let's make this a editable poly again and go for the Swift loop here. And now we can zoom in like crazy because this is not perspective anymore. We can line them up really good. Huh? Okay. Perspective. Let's see. I want to scale it again. Oh, where's my... what the hell? Scale? No? Don't you... It doesn't want me to scale. Is it locked again? No. The hell? There you go. Okay. Bridge. Bridgeroo. Okay. Now let's go for those. Ooh. I'm looking at top and the bottom that this lines up. Okay, done with those. That should do. Bridgeroo. Something went missing. Actually, yeah. Nah, it doesn't matter. Nah, it doesn't matter. hell? Oh, of course. I cannot bridge something because there's still a cap. Yeah, one click here would have shown me, but you know. Alright, this is our low-res model. Okay. And the low-res model will now get unfolded. Let's hide the high-res one. Hide selection there. This is our low-res one. And we want to cut it open. The tip will be horrible because this needs to, the top needs to be closed. I think I know what to do. Okay, I just thought, how do I cut this open so when I lay it flat there are as few seams as possible, and for instance the tip, the other program or other programs and the normal maps will, I'm pressing on unhide all so I get all my shit back, and I'm hiding this, and I'm hiding my collision. Okay, you see at the tip with normal maps and displacement, you can basically make these flat faces appear like they are that bulged out like in the original. You see the meshes coming out of this face, and this is what the texture will do. But if you cut the texture open, this will not work properly and you will see the seam. So when I'm cutting here around the tip, what you usually do with a cylinder, you will see the seam and you will not have this round shape of the bullet anymore, which will be emulated by this faces. So this all needs to be closed in the top. So what I will do is I will separate the entire top and push it in and stretch it out. At least that's the idea. Okay, modifier list again, and then we press U to get to the unwrap UV modifier. This is what we want. There are a lot of UV modifiers. We want the unwrap UV modifier, because this is stuff that lets us destroy the work of the modeler. Okay, you see there's a green line already. We do not want that green line at all. Let's select everything, or press Control A and click on the pelt map, and this brings up a new map, and we start pelt and we stop pelt and we commit, and the green line is gone. But our UV here is quite messy. This would look really shitty, because yeah, let's see how it would look like. I'm applying the checkup pattern. Can't you see that? Oh yeah, there you are. This is terrible. This is terrible. This looks completely shit. Alright, so what we want to do now is let's where is it? Yeah, okay, let's get our faces here. We select the back facing because we wanted to select the back facing. What the shit? What's this? No, this is select element. Where's the back facing? Sure, it should be somewhere. Never mind. I do it manually. Like that, yeah. Okay. Alright, and now I will do the same to separate it from the other and weld it together basically. So we have this one. We move this out of the way. Let's make this bigger. This is none of our concern right now. Let's go ahead and yeah, there will be a heart shape here. We could use that. Yeah, basically cut it open like that. Okay, we don't need to select this. Okay, we have some tools here, and one of those is a point-to-point seam. We select this, and now we can click on some points, and it will make a blue line. And we want to cut this up. Alright, and now let's get rid of the tool. We can, in our face, can select one and extend the selection to the seams with this button. Alright, so everything in the seam is selected, and now we can peel it off. And what we want to do now, in an inaccessible angle, with a bullet it doesn't matter because it will rotate and you will see it. But if it's a character model, for instance, you would try to put the seams under the armpits or somewhere under the armor where you cannot see the seams. And yeah, I will just add a seam on the bottom. It's kind of hard to see. Let's whoops. Ah, never mind. Let's do it like that. Oh, I made an error. I'm already in the finished thing. So when that happens, you can click on the edit seams and edit it like you would with a regular mesh. And just deselect it. Okay, that's a seam. Let's click on here, extend seams, and let's pelt it. And that should do. Alright, now we should have 3 different parts of the model, basically, as UV maps. Let's click on this one. This will let me select the entire element when I just click one face. And you can see, yep, this worked. On the other hand, it still looks terrible. So what we're gonna do about that? So we have here some tools. Let's select this one and click on Relax Custom. Whoops. Let's actually hold the button and click on this one. This will bring up our little relax tool thingy. And when we now click on Start Relax, it will do weird shit. And we Control Z to make it disappear. Because we are relaxing by edge angles and we don't want that. We want by face angles and eventually by center. But let's just go with face angles first. And now we start relaxing. And this will, yeah, this crashes completely. Why does it crash? That's not good. Let's do a quick peel maybe. That's interesting. It At least it gives us a... Let's do relax by center. Oh, that completely destroys it. Okay. I guess you have to do it manually a bit. Oh boy, this is not working out. That's the most reasonable thing I saw it by now, but it's still stretched as fuck. And if you quick peed it, that's not gonna work. How about go damn potatoes? So what we want to do is basically have more information on the outside, because that's quite tiny right now. Basically we want it reversed. What we could do is get rid of this one. Click these 2, 3, and click soft selection. And this should make it possible. No, isn't it visible? Nope. Where's the soft selection? It does work, but for vertices. It's really tiny. Let's try it. Okay. That was not that bad. Great. Good job. So, and we screw up this a bit. Let's see. Like dim. Like dim. Let's get rid of the soft selection. Yeah, these are way too tiny again. The inner ones need basically to carry the same amount of information in the worst case than the bigger ones on the outside. So that's a kind of suboptimal thing to do right now. But yeah, let's... Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. And this is significantly smaller. Like that, that'll do. We need some information on the tip though. Okay, that'll do. Yep, there's information. Alright, and it looks kinda good. Not really, but you know, it will suffice for our purposes. Could now go ahead and make just one iteration and see what this does. But it would explode the center again, and that's not what we wanted. What I could do is I could exclude the center from the relaxation. Whoop. Yeah, stop it. Okay, that's great. Okay. He wants to be screwed up like that somehow. That looks way more reasonable. There you go. That's fine. What do we have here? Let's relax them with this. Great. Apply. Oh, we did it. Okay. And now let's look at this. This will be great. Okay. Let's quick peel it. Oh, okay. Great. Yeah, sold. We take this one. Absolutely sold. Look at this. This is beautiful. That's how it should look like. So what we're gonna do now, we select all of them and pack them with the padding of 0, 1 or something, and pack them. Boop. That will try to make it a UV layout with those. The more important thing, because this will not work, the more important thing is that it will scale this one and at the same scale. You see the squares on this one are now evenly distributed and have all the same size. This is very important. So what do we want to do with this? Rotate it maybe? Make it bigger? Whoops. Make sure to always scale it to all axes. I try to use up as much space as possible. But these lines must not overlap here, for instance. Yeah, it's a shitty model. If everything that is higher than broad is is shitty to UV unwrap. Yeah, and that should be it. This is saved. Let's control save that thing. Doesn't do anything. Okay, and now we have this. Let's unhide all. We have the collision now. We have the high-res model. And our low-res model below that, which is textured. So let's get the texture out with file. No, what? Yeah, tools, render UV template, and then on whatever texture size you should always go bigger and make the textures bigger when you work with them. But you know, it's for demonstration purposes. This is fine, and it gets you this, and this is your texture basically, and you can save this somewhere. Oh, wait. Okay. And when you now bring this back in, right, there you go. In our thingy here, we make another material just for showcase and show purposes. Standard bitmap, and this was in raw bullet grid. Alright, and we apply this to the bullet. Hey, leave me alone. And show it. You'll see that you have basically added everything we did back onto the texture, back onto the model with the texture. It's kind of junky because it's my viewport isn't showing it correctly essentially right now. It's far more washed out than it is supposed to look like. Also, the texture resolution is very, very tiny. On the other hand, when we blend in the grid, this object is tiny. So the texture resolution is actually really high for such a tiny object. It's just now for demonstration purposes that you can add texture information back onto the model. What we're gonna do now in a 2D program is we will separate texture-wise the tip of the bullet from the cartridge. And we do this by painting the tip in red, the cartridge in blue, and the back of it in green. And that way we separate these elements in for the Unreal material editor. The second thing we will do, we will import this low res model and the high res model in a little tool which will compute a normal web and displacement map, which we can use later on to make shape-wise this very clunky object look like a smooth round bullet in the engine. So that's what we set up, and that's what, yeah, these are the basic steps what we work with basically. There are some differences in model creation. When you, for instance, make something big and organic, you would go about and do this in ZBrush, for instance. This is good for mechanical objects, simple objects, and yeah, as a base for the higher modeling programs to pick up. Basically, you make a base shape, base model, and use this as a starting point for the ZBrush. Okay, that's that for now. I hope you enjoyed it, and see ya.